Hello, this is Lindsay. Welcome back to my channel. I have that other summertime journal that I wanted to share with you. I'm using the same paper pad as I did with the summertime butterflies, and it is the Paradise Crush paper pad. And this one is parakeet themed. There's a whole bunch of vintage parakeets in here. It's very similar, same size. It's 5 by 7.5. This one does not have a closure. There are 3 available if you click my shop. There's this one, and then there's 2 that are not made yet, but they, I will make them once they're ordered, and you'll get them in a few weeks. It's this canvas paper, and these are these beautiful colored, what are these? Feathers. Gorgeous, like feather, kind of tropical leaf and feather look. So this will be the cover. Oh, just popped my garment pin open here. And it will have a tassel, and it will have 3 signatures, and as you can see there, so beautiful. It'll have a parakeet on the front. There's feathers. It might have a different parakeet. You won't have the exact book, but it will be very, very similar if you order. So if it says quantity 3 and you order one, you will be getting this one. If it says quantity 2 or quantity 1, that will be very, very similar to this, but I make each of my journals unique, and it will be made to order for you, but it'll be summer parakeet theme. So enough talking about that. Here we go. So here's a sun parakeet. This is a vintage print. And then I have like a green craft feather and some fabric stitched in a heart and a button there. And then the stitching I used around it, I thought looked like little bird tracks. So like a bird was walking. And then here's the spine, and there's this like burlap ribbon covering the spine, and then a removable tassel. And this is a big tassel. Beautiful, beautiful laces and trims and eyelash. And then this one has this beautiful, I thought that looked like a bird's egg almost, this beautiful, I think it's just from like a junk jewelry pile. I don't know if it was on a necklace or an earring. That would be a heavy earring. But anyway, that is removable as well. And then journal 2 and journal 3 will have something different, special, but different. This is just for the first journal. I only have one of them. So you can see everything is unique. So let's get into this journal. So there's a little lace pocket here in the front. And I used this Please Return Your Library Book card from Above Par Crafts. And then I had a piece of scrapbook paper that had these word bubbles, and I cut out happy and stapled it on there for a tab. There's a little Monopoly money, and then another vintage print of these parrots and parakeets. This paper is from the paper pad, and this is the sheet that inspired me for this journal, so I put it in the front. These beautiful little parakeets. And the other side is super pearlized and gorgeous. So we have a little fabric and button and heart collage here. These images, spring bouquets, are from DigitalCurio. Just like I used her painted butterflies for the summertime butterflies journal, this is her spring bouquet clip art. And I just printed 4 by 6 size. And I actually printed this onto coffee dyed paper, so I think it looks absolutely gorgeous. And here's a little pocket, and this is one of the how-to draw cards that I sell in my shop. And this is the parakeet and parrot, so I thought that was perfect. And then a little mini journal card made from some scrapbook paper. I also got these iridescent leaves. They're like tropical leaves, and they're all different iridescent and gold and sparkly colors, also from DigitalCurio, and I used some of them throughout the journal as well. Another vintage parakeet. This is a splendid parakeet, and there's 2 of them. And then I used a Project Life card and a foam flower. Ying Ya sent me, she's one of my subscribers, she sent me a huge bag of these foam flowers, and so I'm already putting them to good use, and did some of that like bird walk stitching. Music paper, and then just some collaging. Here's a dictionary definition of tree. And then since some of the scrapbook paper is so bright and so bold, I wanted to add some journaling space on some of them. So here is a coffee dyed strip, and then I stamped a little banner. Another one of the spring bouquet clip arts. And then I cut this out of a scrapbook paper, take it in. More of these beautiful iridescent tropical leaves. Some scrapbook paper. Here's another rose-headed parakeet. And then I did some flower stitching along the side. There's a little die-cut paisley tag here in the back, and then this doily folded over. Look at this center page. I love those pink. These are going to be gorgeous for like travel this summer when you have pictures of your friends and family. Clip them in, put them in. If you're going on a cruise, going to the beach, going any summer vacation, this is a perfect book. Here's a little coffee dyed and stamped tag I made with some burlap. Here's some more parakeets, and I just stitched on some of that same fabric that I made that heart on the cover out of. More of these beautiful leaves, some leaf stamping here. Just a little scrapbook piece. This is a tuck spot, and these are from the Graphics Fairy. It's a to from. These are orchids, and so if you give it as a gift, you can write, you know, who you're giving it to and who it's from and slip it up there. And if it's not a gift, you can take that out and use it for any gift. Now, these are really neat, these long bags. And Junk That Treasures had given these to me. I believe her shop is currently closed. However, she's, I think, hoping in the future to open it again, and I do hope so. But look at how long these bags are. So I stitched the bottom and glued it there. You can journal all on here, and then this, this is from Digital Collage Club. Little bookmark that I just slipped in there and then decorated that. Some lace, little piece of wallpaper, another parakeet, some washi with feathers on it, a little corner tuck spot, and then a little flower embellishment I made there. Here is a paper ribbon with a feather and a button. More parakeets. So now we're into the second signature, and I just stitched some hearts and glued them on there. Paper ribbon. Beautiful, beautiful on the coffee dyed paper. This is green dyed. It's like coffee dyed, but with like green glimmer mists. And there is a division card, a little wallpaper tag, and then clipped on the bottom here, hopefully you can see it, two little green beads and a little mini blue flip-flop. So I thought that was super cute. This is a National Geographic. It's from like a game, but it's a card. It says Planet Earth. And it talks here about tropical storms and temperature and stuff like that. Here's a tag I made with some scrap papers. This is a children's dictionary page that I just added in here. And again, this is really busy. It's hard to write on, so you can put a picture here, and then you can write a little caption or date it or something down here. This is from a book on birds, and this is about parakeets. So I knew I had to add that, and parrots. This is cut off from a little envelope, and so it makes a double tuck spot. So here's a tag I made with some scrap papers, and then also a coffee dyed tag, and I just added a little craft feather down there. Little banner stamp and some washi. And so I'm trying to use up a lot of the my words, blah, 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 I can't talk. I'm trying to use up some of my washi. I had a lot of Happy Mail a couple years ago where I got a lot of washi samples, beautiful ones, plus I have a lot of rolls of washi. And if you've worked with washi, you know that after a while they're not very good anymore, and there's so many new ones out there that I want, but I'm really trying to not buy any new washi until I use up most of what I have. So I've been layering with it. So here's like a wide washi, and then I added some lace and a little pearl or a rhinestone. So this is more of that DigitalCurio paper, and then I just ripped some coffee dyed paper and stitched, made a little embellishment cluster, and then this is a little project life card that you can stick photos or journal in. More from that book page. And then here's another vintage parakeet, a Rose Hill parakeet, and I just ripped around it, inked and glued it. I added a tab and then a garment pin with a little bead. And then again, here's a space to write if you put a photo or something. I made a little booklet, a little book for this book. It's called Dreamer. And I love this white leafed tropical paper. And then I used category game pages for the pages in here for journaling. I also think that's really nice for the summer because you're getting together, you know, with friends and family. You might play games. Here's more of that washi. And so this would just be nice to keep little notes in. And if you're, say you've bought this for like a vacation and maybe you're taking multiple vacations or you're going on a little day trip and then you're coming back, you could pull this out, put it in your purse or something like that. Take your notes and write about it, bring it back and slip it in your journal. Here's a little tuck spot, a Rolodex card that I stamped on. This is a little just flip out. I did some leaf stitching on it. And then I did some vine stitching and leaf stitching here at this signature so you can title it if you wish. This is from a kid's workbook and it talks about, well, candy on one side and then different pets, and they do talk about birds or parrots, I think. Another parakeet. Little text spot. This is an actual vintage, I think it's vintage. I could not find a date on it, but it looks vintage to me. It's a postcard and it says, "Hi, we're having a sensational time. And the day we arrived, the temperature was 91. It's been between 89 to 93 since we arrived. See you in about 2 weeks. Adios, Elsa." And this is Puerto Rico. And it's going to someone in Ohio. So I thought that was pretty neat. And I've gotten postcards from a couple different people. I think this was from Jenny. I could be wrong on that. And then an index card with some stitching. And then a couple pieces of coffee dyed paper to write on. This is from Above Par Crafts, and I just did some stamping along the edge. And that's just clipped on this coffee dyed paper. I added some graph paper and then a little blue feather down here. Some stamping. Here's like a Project Life card. This is a little perpetual calendar. And then some fabric and lace layering and a stamp that's like journaling spot. And then I did a little embellishment here. We have a sticker that says Wild at Heart, a couple of feathers, and a button. Another bookmark from Digital Collage Club. I just glued it down. Little banner stamp up on this. This is a Glimmer Mist spray. And then some stamping, leaf and flower stamping here along the edge. This piece of coffee dyed paper got caught in my printer when I was printing on it. That's one of the dangers of printing on coffee dyed paper. But if it doesn't rip, I love the look because it wrinkles it even more and it adds like these black blotches. And I just think it adds so much character. So I like to include those in the journal when they mess up as long as the whole page doesn't rip. Here's a little embellishment up there at the top. Some gold ribbon. This could be a tuck spot. You could slip something up there. And then there's a couple of sticky notes here to take notes on. Here's a little bird. A little coffee dyed paper ribbon. And then here is the back. And I just slipped my little Handmade by Lindsay Zenor card. And there you have it. It is just, it really makes me want to go to the beach or take a cruise or go on vacation and just have so many memories to collect. So like I said, there's 3 of these available. This one to ship immediately and 2 to special order made for you. They'll each be individual though. I don't like to make exactly the same journals because whatever you get, I want to be special, unique, something that nobody else will ever have. Can you tell I love this tassel? I'm just playing with it. So you can click the link below and let me know your summer plans in the comments below. And do you like to journal on them? What kind of journals do you like to take with you on vacation?